Oh, GM, guys. I
What's
think
up,
can you
guys?
guys
Yeah.
can you guys hear my music? Can you hear my music? I mean, I'm
Yes, I
playing
can
music
hear
at the
you.
background. Okay,
I can hear
okay,
your music.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Let me add Evan on stage.
I'll leave that
GM
up.
Evan, hi
What's
Evan.
up? What's up, y'all? How's it going? Good Moja.
Let me get back to charger real quick.
Okay. Guys, thanks for joining today's community call. Today's call is going to be like very quick. I appreciate everyone that joined us for yesterday TG party. Really appreciate your contribution. Thanks for following us, and we expect more from you, and we expect you to actually stick with us. So today's agenda is going to be like very quick. So Robbie is going to be giving us TGE now. TGE has happened. So what next? So Robbie can actually like walk us through what is next. What we should expect. Any upcoming partnership, any upcoming updates. So Robbie's going to be touching base on that, and Evan might actually like just give. I don't know. I was not on yesterday I was there, but because of my ex was banned, so I was not actually like very active. I was just network was just breaking. So maybe just a quick intro to YBTC as well might actually be great, just for those who didn't attend um yesterday's um yesterday's TGE call. And then I'll just give factory alpha, and then we take community questions if there's any, and yeah, and that's it. So I'll just start with Robbie. So Robbie, real quick, just share us, give us insight on what is next, what we should be expecting, since this is like TG has launched already. So
Yeah,
TG now is over.
yeah. So I wanted to start with just giving everybody context as to why TGE was the way it was, because it was on purpose. And then also kind of talk to what to look to next. To your point, Omani. So first, thank you to everybody, all the people that are in the factory. Very much appreciate you. Appreciate the community at large, but I know those, in the factory, y'all been doing a lot, and it's created a really strong basis for our community. I think we probably have one of the most active DeFi communities in terms of people who are actually doing things within, the protocol ecosystem, and so that's great. In terms of TGE, so TGE was always designed to be something that does not dump on community members. Because again, right, in order for us to be the WAGMI protocol, not only do we want to leverage things like the factory to put out USDC rewards, but now we're entering an age where they're going to be Umoja token rewards. And you want the Umoja token price to be stable before you do something like that. And so the reason why we went DEX first, which is how a lot of protocols used to launch their tokens, is because we found that when you do a centralized exchange listing, typically that results in investors, launchpads, KOLs dumping on retail, which is the factory at large. Of course, we will obviously facilitate centralized listings now after, right? Because we're establishing that price discovery. But the first best step is to give everyone early exposure at the lowest price first. And if the price goes lower, that's okay, right? Find stability and then put it on a centralized exchange, particularly when you know that the protocol is going to have a lot of traction and that token is going to become more valuable. So that's the thinking overall. Right now, I believe prices are around 1.9 cents, which is great. Has been about $30,000 in trading volume over the past 24 hours or so. And I'd imagine, that will continue going into the rest of the month. But most importantly, right, is, okay, what next, right? Because there are a few, there's going to be more airdrops, certainly in the future, but also it's going to be the launch of YBTC. So right now, for next week, we have scheduled the launch of YBTC. Again, for those who don't know what YBTC is, it is yield-bearing Bitcoin. It is the highest yielding, lowest risk Bitcoin liquid staking token. Earns a 5 to 10% APY completely in Bitcoin, right? So that's the highest in crypto. And what makes YBTC important in the context of the Umoja token is that you will be able to stake Umoja for YBTC. So you'll basically be able to stake Umoja for Bitcoin, right? And this is why we didn't put too much emphasis on reaching all-time highs on TGE, because it didn't matter. Because with the adoption, as protocol TVL goes up, right, that means more protocol revenue. That means that when you stake Umoja, you get more Bitcoin. in return. You get more YBTC. And that connection allows us to know where Umoja's value is going to go into the future. And it truly allows for WAGMI, because all the community members that are watching this, that have been a part of the factory, you all are going to get airdrops from Umoja, right? By helping us grow the community. So that's kind of what's coming up next. We will be doing, and I guess this is a little alpha. I thought about this earlier today, but we will try to do some type of vesting token airdrop to all factory members. I'm trying to create the program right now. We talked a little bit about it in the team Telegram, but I want to reward everyone for being a part of what we're doing. I want to give you all an increasing amount of stake. So not just Umoja tokens outright, but also vesting tokens where you can claim Umoja in the future that keeps you engaged, right? And so, be on the lookout for that, but that will be open to all 28,000 plus of you. And then we do YBTC. And then, obviously when you mint YBTC, you also get Umoja rewards. And I think our job together is really to maximize the number of token holders, maximize the number of people that are earning Bitcoin from YBTC, and, finishing the year strong. And hopefully, this starting this month, because we're in November now, we'll see the beginning of a great bull run that we've been waiting for pretty much the entire year after the U.S. election. So in the grand scheme of things, that's how things are going on. So YBTC will be launched. Staking for Umoja will be launched. There will likely be more airdrops in the future. And we just appreciate you, being along with us for the journey. Are you on mute?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's super great. I'm sure the rest of the community can actually wait. I mean, especially for the launch of YBTC. I personally can't wait. I can't wait to start any more BTC. But yeah, would every I want to just maybe everyone can actually give a quick overview of maybe like any upcoming partnership, just so let the community just know, okay, this is what they should expect in terms of partnership. So then yeah, I'll just go ahead and give factory updates. But Evans, the floor is yours.
Sounds good. Well, want to thank everyone who did participate in our TGE yesterday. We've been working from market maker. We have good liquidity as well as a lot of organic trading. So that's good to see. But as Robbie mentioned, we're looking forward to the launch of YBTC and that coming up. And with that said, brings a flywheel partnership that we've been working with. We have a few things coming up next week that the base partnership that's led us to our flywheels with Layer 0. So look out for that next week, which allows us to partner with protocols within their ecosystem. One of them that we've already announced is BitLayer, and work with sort of the flywheel protocols within each of these ecosystems. One's with their native DEX to bring liquidity onto their network. So working with exchanging sort of BTC as the collateral to get YBTC instead wrapped onto that network and eventually native as well. As well as working with lending protocols to enable YBTC as collateral, so you have extended use case of your YBTC as opposed to just holding it and watching it earn yield. In addition to this, working with restaking partners on these protocols as well to find ways to earn additional yield and sort of activate your YBTC in ways in addition to collateral, in addition to just holding on. And with this brings a few partnerships in our future. As I mentioned, we brought BitLayer. We've also announced SatLayer as well. And so there's a few more coming up. I say look out for Layer 0, as we mentioned. Macaroons in the works, as well as quite a few other native protocols that I say keep an eye out for. But definitely follow our Twitter. That's where you'll see the most active announcements to date. But on average, you'll expect to see 1 or 2 announcements each week from us in terms of new partnerships.
Yeah. That's great. I anticipate everything you just said. Yeah. I mean, that's actually great. So hope you guys are listening. If anyone is in the chat, hope you guys are listening to what Evan said. So that's great. I'll just move over to factory updates. I mean, where we are. So the bonus round ends today, and then the bonus round ends today. So and reward should be despised by Monday. So there's no leaderboard. In case you guys are confused about the leaderboard, I've seen people ask me questions. Okay, where's the leaderboard? So there is no leaderboard. Um, Equal point, like equal tax, equal point. So everyone, you do a certain tax, you get equal points for those tax. So there is no leaderboard. There is no displacement on leaderboard. No leaderboard is actually like very actually involved. So, but yeah. So how would winner be selected? Yeah, winner we actually be select. I'm just looking towards the chat and answering some questions. Winner will be selected among the top 25. Yeah, the top 25. So, but so that's as far as factory updates. If you guys, I also received some complaint about some issues regarding the factory, so which we are currently adjusting, and I will share announcement today as regard that. If you are not been following us, follow the factory. We have the factory channel on our Telegram community. We also share announcements on our um Telegram community for Umoja, the factory channel for also you for the factory itself, and also on our Discord server. So I'm trying to look into questions. I think I have some questions here that I will some community questions that I would like Robbie to kind of like address before before we call it a day. So um so and please sorry, when I said top 50, it is random, like random 25 people. So it's not actually like top based on the leaderboard. The leaderboard has been removed, so it is random choosing 25 people. So that doesn't create like confusion, because I see some chats here people are saying um yes about vesting point changing on. So please explain. Robbie, would you please like kind of um say something about vesting? I know we already released a blog about it, but kind of like um just give
Yeah.
a quick overview live here on the vesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I can, I'll actually share my screen as well, just so that people understand kind of where to find these things and also how to facilitate them. So let me quickly present. I'll share my screen. Yeah, I'll share this. So guys, and there was a little confusion about this yesterday, so I want to clarify. So there are two different things in terms of getting emoji tokens on TGE outside of just going to Uniswap, right? One is claiming, right, or vesting, right? And then the second one is airdrop. So all of you all are pretty familiar with airdrop, right? Right here. I'm obviously not airdrop eligible, unfortunately, but you all understand, that's by using the protocol, being participating in the factory. So I think a lot of you all are pretty aware of airdrop. Now the second one is claim, and so this is the claim interface. So claim is basically, it shows you the token distribution for the Umoja protocol, or most of it. There are some parts of this that don't have the token distribution because those are within the smart contracts of the protocol itself, like YBTC mint rewards, right? That would be in the protocol itself, or airdrop rewards, that's in the protocol itself. Whereas the rest of the distribution to certain stakeholders or the treasury are managed via vesting tokens, right? And all vesting tokens are, and I can give you an example of like the treasury. All vesting tokens is they're tokens that you can use to redeem Umoja over time, right? And there's a lot of different, vesting tokens, right? These are all the different types of vesting tokens, right? So basically, you have a vesting token per allocation, and there's different vesting terms, right? The terms that say, okay, you have to wait this amount of time to be able to claim this amount of Umoja. That's effectively a vesting term. And so all these different types of Umoja vesting tokens allow you to claim, right, Umoja over time, depending on the allocation. And so that's effectively how it works. So, for this upcoming, planned airdrop, right, I want to make sure that you all both have, Umoja tokens, just to thank you all for being a part of our community. I'm very, very thankful for that. But I also want to try to get you all to do the world's first vesting token airdrop, right? And the reason is because one, We can give you more of it because it's something that you claim over time, so that it doesn't have as much inflationary pressure, right? But the second thing is it gives you something to look forward to, right? It makes you a part of the team more. I want my job is to make our community as much as one team as possible. And protocols have never done this before. They never given their community vesting tokens. They either forced them to do something weird and they can stake and all these other things. And so we're creating kind of a campaign style so that you all can do that by helping us with critical things that the ecosystem needs, like providing liquidity to our Uniswap pool. That's really, really important. Or making sure that we at least have your Telegram username so that we can tell you, about updates of new smart coins coming out. Like that's also really important. So we want to activate this community of 28,000 plus people as much as we can. But that's effectively how it works. Once you have, so one thing that's really important is that you'll go to the allocation that you have tokens. So let's say I have some Umoja C tokens. I would add this to my MetaMask, right, so that I could see it in my MetaMask. And then once I say I can claim some, like a certain amount of time has passed, what will happen is you'll go to the claim page and you'll click on this button, and basically you'll burn your Umoja C tokens and you'll get Umoja in exchange. But that's effectively how it works. And again, if you go to Umoja.xyz, we've added a new nav bar thing so that you can go straight to the DEX. You can go to the airdrop page, and you can also go to the claim page as well. So that is, a brief overview of claiming versus airdrop and how to access both of those interfaces.
Yeah, just taking some questions. So I have a question here by Nkamba. I already vested my Umoja, so if I'm to stake Umoja for YBTC, will I need to buy more Umoja from Uniswap?
That's a great question. So, and I'm assuming that you're talking about vesting in the context of the airdrop, right? So yes, there's obviously airdrop vesting. So as you all know, for those who aren't aware, you have two options that you have to make this month, right? Either vest your Umoja, your airdropped Umoja, or you can just immediately get it, right? Those two options. You get more tokens if you vest. You get less tokens if you decide to just immediately withdraw. So for those who have vested their tokens, what will happen is that starting at the end of this month, starting in December 1st, you'll be able to do the same thing. You'll be able to start claiming Umoja tokens every single day, right? And so the best thing to do if you want to make the most money, right, is you would stake those Umoja tokens to the governance pool, which will be released very soon, within the next 2 weeks or so. And that's how you earn YBTC. If you want to earn YBTC earlier, then yes, you can just buy, more Umoja on the DEX, or just participate in some of these, airdrop seasons that we have coming on. I think the really important thing is that based off of our partnerships, the TVL of the protocol is likely going to start increasing toward the middle of this month, going into December, right? And that's important to note because, again, higher TVL for the protocol means more YBTC when you stake Umoja, right? Those two things are directly linked. And so I don't think you're missing out on too much by not having like Umoja right now. Though if you did want to be the earliest to stake it, then yeah, I would just go to the DEX, buy some Umoja. I mean, we made sure that price was really low so that anybody can afford it, because, as we go into 2025 and, hopefully we have a bull run again, more and more Bitcoin is being staked and more YBTC is being minted. Which means that the price of Umoja will likely go up substantially, just because, again, you can stake it for Bitcoin. And I imagine that's going to continue, particularly when Bitcoin's increasing in price a lot, because that means that YBTC's APY is going to be a lot higher, right? It might not be 10%, it might be 15%, because that's typically how these LSTs perform when there is a really strong market and you're using, the quantitative trading that YBTC is using. So that's how I would say, that. No, it was a long answer. Apologies, but I would just want to be as detailed as possible.
Yeah. I mean, for better understanding, one has to be detailed. So I think you have answered this question, but someone is saying, are you going to get the YBTC airdrop when it's launched, or?
Yeah, so YBTC is not airdropped. There's only going to be 2 ways for you to get YBTC, or actually 3 ways. There's 3 ways that you can get YBTC. You can deposit Bitcoin, to the protocol and you can mint YBTC, right? And when you mint YBTC, you automatically get Umoja rewards. It's the only way to get Umoja rewards, right? Outside of airdrops. The second thing is you can stake your Umoja, right? And you can get YBTC that way. And then the third is that you can just go to a DEX and you can swap for YBTC. So we will be creating liquidity pools for YBTC and Wrap Bitcoin on Arbitrum, Base, BitLayer, and Avalanche. And we'll continue to do partnerships on different chains so that you can do that as well.
Yeah. Very, very, very. So I saw a question here which I would like to address myself. So after the call, we have game nights in 30 minutes from now. So and yeah, if you want to put the code in the factory, just go to the play shift in the factory and you'll be given the game night. Also be like giving out the secret code. So just want to address that question. Let's see if we have more questions before we move. And I'm not sure we have any here. So questions time, guys. So if you have any question, please ask now. And while waiting for some questions, I would like to touch base on the EA. So yeah, we are aware that because some of the early adopters are saying the community is not listening to us and stuff like that. No, that's not true. So we are aware of what you guys are facing, and we are currently sorting that out. So you guys' voice are actually heard. Just want to like clarify that here on the call. So and we surely announce an update. There will be an update very soon as regards where we are with you guys issue. But yeah, so just to kind of like address that, is the winner going to be announced today? The factory winner is going to be announced today or over the weekend. It can be on Monday, but we are sure that the word will be sent out to you guys on Monday. Okay, I think I have a question here as well. Will Umoja list on DO exchange? Dio, Dio exchange. I can't hear you again, Robbie.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm old. No, it's not listed on DR Exchange, but we're open to it. You know, so if John, if you're from DR Exchange, DM me and we can figure that out. What's up, C Young? I see you, man.
Yeah. So let's just address these three questions I have here. So someone said if I vested Umoja for 6 months, how much is the reward? That's part of
Yeah.
like the
And
community
yes,
question. So just want to like
yes,
make sure that we attend to this live.
yeah. So you, and this is from the last time that I seen it. And apologies, guys, for not being able to give APYs immediately when you vest. And the reason for that is because the vesting rewards that you get is in proportion to the different decisions that other people make, right? And that's why we gave everybody a month. Because, for example, let's say that you're you're the only one that vested for 6 months, right? Everyone else vested for a short amount of time, and let's say all of you all vested the same amount. I vested for 100 Umoja for a month, and Omani did it for 6 months, and Evan did it for 3 months. Omani would make a lot more than Evan and I, right? But we can only determine the final APY at the end. Now, from what I've seen, it's gonna be like 3 to 4 times more than what you got if you just redeemed immediately. It's a lot more because 6 months is the highest tier, right? So for those who haven't made their decision yet, again, you're able to start claiming those tokens day after day after day starting December. You don't have to wait 6 months to start claiming, right? But when you do choose a longer period of time to vest, you get significantly more tokens. I'm telling you, it is at least 3x. I know that for sure. But again, it's sometimes the APY can be variable. It can be higher than that, or it can be lower than that. For example, if everyone were to choose to do 6 months, which usually people don't do, but if everyone were to choose 6 months, then you probably be near 3x, 2x, right? But if some people did it, some people didn't, then you're going to be 4 or 5x. So that's kind of how it works. But that's the main reason why we didn't put exact APYs, is because we'll know the exact APYs once everyone makes their decision.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for answering that question. Guys, so I just received an update about the EA I said earlier. So if you're an early adopter and you haven't received your airdrop, it is because some addresses that were actually missing. So according to the update I received right now, because not all EAs are not didn't receive the airdrops. So if you are part of the EA that didn't receive the airdrop, that this might be the reason why you haven't received it. And we are going to make sure that we address that today, probably like request for you guys list or something like that. So but more updates will be coming as regards that. But I just want to make sure that we address this on the call, because some EA are saying the community doesn't care about us. No, no, no. That's not true. That's not true. So I think this is going to be the end of today's call. I'm not sure we have other question we need to address here. So I'm going to be releasing the code for the community call. So the code for attending the community call is what is TGE. Yeah, TGE. So TGE, uppercase throughout. I'm going to type it in the chat so you guys can see. So claim your points for attending the call. So it's TGE now displays on the screen. So and we have game nights. Don't forget we have game nights in the next 30 minutes. Yeah, we have game night in the next 30 minutes. So if you are active, don't just a reminder for you to attend, and a code will also be released. And at the same time, we are also rewarding one participant winner, just giving a few bucks for coffee. Yeah, so it's I mean $10 is not to buy coffee. So but yeah, I mean that's it for today. Um yeah, that's it for today. So thank you guys for attending today's community call. I'll see you guys in the chat. I'll see you guys next week on our next community call. And the community call winner will be announced once we are pushing out the reminder for the game night. So thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next week. I'll see you in the chat. Peace, guys.
Yeah.